How do Austrians view society?
Well, the views differ a little bit, so it depends on who you ask or who you refer to. But I like to take Hayek's view, and I think a lot of Austrians would do the same. And it's basically that society is a complex social order. And it basically means that it's being made of individuals that interact with each other. And they form a sort of complex order. And some people have a misguided view of society that is something that's being made by, for example, a king or some kind of ruler, and basically says, okay, this needs to happen there, we should do this and that there, and then we have a society. But that's, if you look at real societies, that's not the way they operate.
So why is this view important?
Well, the thing is because of the complexity. For example, I buy a sandwich at the local deli. Why do I do that? That particular sandwich at that particular deli at, let's say, 3:05. Why would I do that? And why the next morning will I buy it at 10 o'clock instead of at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Maybe my mother called me, then I have to go earlier, or I have work or part-time. People that sit, in government, they don't know what individuals, what brings them to buy something or to sell something or to even walk or go somewhere. They don't know that. They can never know that because it's too complex to know. Only the individual knows that, and the next individual doesn't. And they all interact with each other, and they form a society. And then comes the government. And the problem with government is that a lot of people there think, hey, I don't like this or that, so let's fix it. We should have, for example, positive discrimination. There are too little women in the boards of big companies. So we make a law, 50% needs to be women. The thing is, they don't look at the causes. Why are women not in the boards? Is it pure discrimination? Is it because they have to take care of the children? Or whatever. It can be, a whole list of reasons can be the cause of this. But people in government don't look at that. They just look at the outcome. And basically say, okay, if we say it's mandatory to have 50% women, we fix it, problem fixed. But what happens is that you get a lot of unforeseen consequences. In this example, for example, people in the board, the male people on the board will say, hey, that woman is not sitting there because of her ability to do something, it's because of the law. We need 50% women, so she's probably because of that program, not because of her qualities. So it doesn't work in that sense. And a lot of people in government forget that societies are complex. And that's where the Austrian school comes in. They're really focusing on the complexity. And they don't like to go up into the trees basically and take a helicopter view. They like the individual more than the aggregate, so to say. And I think that's where the Austrians really make a big difference in economics.
And what do you think an Austrian economist would recommend to deal with all these unintended consequences?
Well, the whole thing is don't try to manage a society from above. You should put the responsibility on a low level as possible. So basically, first, if there is something, the individual should try to solve it. If he can't do it, let's go to the municipal level. If that doesn't go, then go to the state level or the federal level, wherever you live. And if that doesn't go, you go to the national level. That's the difference. And I think Switzerland is a very nice, is a point in case. They basically have that model. And they also have a direct democracy, so people can really determine what happens in their direct neighborhoods. And because that happens, they know what's needed in their neighborhoods. They know what they want, what they don't want, and they make sure they get it. While if you look at a lot of political systems, like in the States or here in the Netherlands or in Belgium or in Germany, it's the top that decides, no, we think there should be a train station there and there should be industry here and people should live there and this and this and this. And they forget, they really, really ignore the underlying complexity. And therefore you get all these kinds of side effects which are often negative. And often are more negative than the good they're trying to achieve. So please manage, in a decentralized way instead of a centralized way. That's, I think, one of the key messages of the Austrian school.
Thank you.